It's a brand new day, but the same thing is going on. This is a special edition of Front Page. We're trying to give you an outlet, a way to vent your frustrations and your feelings over the radio instead of going out and looting in the streets. Above all, I don't know if we can emphasize this enough. Please stay out of the streets.
We opened up the telephone lines. We were getting incredible stories and reports from people all over Los Angeles and surrounding areas. We had a call. It was a very funny call. They were talking about looting and how blacks and Hispanics were tearing up their community, looting and running down the street with TV sets and couches and microwaves. And we got a couple of calls from people in Westwood. They say, there's some guys, the people are rioting in Westwood, and they broke into a computer store. And this white guy is riding around, in his Mercedes or whatever with a couple of computers, 2 or 3 computer monitors or whatever stuck in the back. He said everybody's just taking advantage of the situation, no matter where they are, to break a window and take something. And it was just really stupid. And the most surprising thing of all is everybody was filming it. In this day and age of the video camera, you're stealing something, your buddy's filming it, and it's just how stupid is this, because they're filming it, and if somebody gets a hold of this tape, they've got you committing a crime right on tape. How can you dispute the evidence? And we said, they had Rodney King on tape. They disputed that. So it's just kind of an inside joke.
If we burn and loot and destroy, how do we feed our children? How do you cash your check? Where do you find the way to get to work? How do you find the way to go look for work? The other thing is kids looting along with their parents. How many TV sets can you have if you don't have a house? Somebody said to me, you need to appeal on television. I said, honey, those people are not watching television.
Check that out.
They're on television.
I'm hoping we can get them, and they're in their cars right now. And I plead to the parents. Whoopi, you're a mom. I plead to the parents all around the city, know where your boys are tonight. Keep them at home.
It was sort of a siege at the radio station. I remember staying there for 3 days, not going home. And every actor that you can think of, black and white, came by the radio station because this is where all the action was. Everybody was listening to us. And listening to us, when I say listening to us, because we put on all the leaders in the community, including, because some people regard them as leaders, athletes and entertainers, and they appeal to keep the calm.
You have some statistics on the events over the last few days.
Yeah, and these are just numbers. Let's not look back. We're looking forward. There are 51 confirmed dead. That's right, 51 confirmed dead.
That's horrible.
The 51st was the man who tried to run down the National Guardsman.
That was yesterday around 8:15, right after the curfew started.
Right, he was shot at 8 rounds. The Guardsman actually was a crack shot and got him, and he was a 20-year-old Hispanic, and he died. There were 2,383 injuries reported. 228 of them were critical. A lot of them had to deal with glass cuts. A lot were children who had been forced to go through the iron mesh after the glass was broken.
Yes.
They were small enough to push the iron mesh, and they were cut up also. 11,398 total arrests. 11,000. That brought up the total in county jail to 24,000 people. That is the largest jail system in the nation. Makes it one of the largest in the world. There were 5,273 fires.
Trying to increase the peace, we're going to turn a negative situation around into a positive situation. Martin Luther King used to say we'll take a dungeon of shame and turn it into a chamber of human dignity. That's what we're going to do. I got Bill Cosby on the line. Where are you right now?
It's none of your business.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm calling from a pay phone booth out here. I'm in New York City. But the thing about being in New York City is there were rumors going around. And these rumors had to be squelched. There were things coming into the newsroom, out of the newsroom, that there was a bus turned upside down and burning on Fifth Avenue. Then there was another one that Macy's was on fire and that Bloomingdale's had been bombed. So a lot of stupid people were just having a ball. And along with all of what we see on TV, I must also add that some of these fires, I would be willing to bet, cannot be blamed on just folk out there angry about what happened. That, there are some sick people, and they call them arsonists,
Yeah.
And once they see those things going up into the sky on the news, you know, these people start to come out.
Yeah, a lot of the fires, I talked to a couple police officers yesterday, a lot of the fires have been professionally set. This is Arsenio Hall. I'm with Tom and Roseanne, and we're trying to increase the peace.
I just want everybody to know that, you know, well, we're thinking about everybody and we're feeling for everybody, and, you know, we're in the same place with everybody, and, you know, it's a terrible thing that, you know, it was a travesty of justice, and, you know, we're shocked like everybody else, but I hope everybody does stay home with their family and think about, you know, what it's like to have love and what it's like to have people who care about you, and don't go out there and then as soon as the daylight comes, you know, let's start cleaning everything up. We got to clean up inside ourselves too.
We're real proud of you, Arsenio. You're doing a great job.
Machismo does not begin at the end of a gun. You see, guns don't make you a man. Intelligent thought makes you a man. Gun makes you a thug and an animal. And sadly, tonight, we're facing all around the nation the idea that if we don't pull this thing together and pull it together really quick, we're going to be gunned down in the streets like animals.
We had news reporters from Europe, we had news reporters from Australia, we had news reporters from Japan, China. They were there. If they weren't there, they were calling on the phone. They were tapped into our studio board to get the live feed of the callers and the hosts and what we were talking about and the guests, so they could find out exactly what was going on. We were the pulse of the community. All the television stations in Los Angeles, Hispanic, white, black, whatever, they were plugged into KJLH. We were ground zero for information.